Hi guys, Big Rig 150 here. I hadn't done the videos like I've wanted to the past couple days. It's just been a little crazy end of the month time. So today I'm planning on making a couple videos. I'll space them out over the next couple days. But a couple things I've came across that I saw that were very interesting to me, and definitely want to pass on to people. It's like, when have we gotten away from treating the customer with total respect, with transparency? And what I mean by that is, you have some dealerships that just treat customers like a number. They don't have that that human touch. Some dealerships just look at people as there's my next paycheck. There's my next paycheck. They don't look at it as okay, there's a sale, but let me treat them with the respect I need so that they send 5 people. Then those 5 people send 5 people, and so forth and so forth. We've gone away from that. At least some dealerships have, not all, but some. Biggest complaints to that are some used car dealerships. There was a car dealership out in Utah that actually just got charges brought up on him, and the court case has gone through. And there was a woman at the Daily Herald, her name was Allison Stilson, who actually reported on this. The guy owes $125,000 in restitution. He has to wear a ankle monitor for the next 36 months, as well as a 3-year supervised probation. The people actually want him to go back to work so that he can make the money to repay him. So, but that goes to show how things can go horribly wrong. Now, there's ways to combat, as a consumer, the people that are just there to rip you off. And what I mean by that are reviews. There's a couple different places you can go for reviews. Now, mind you, on reviews, some people can be very, very genuine, and then there's some people that I don't care what you say to them, they're just going to hate your guts. So take reviews with a pinch of salt, but still read them, because if there's a lot of bad reviews, and by different people, then you know it's not just that one person. It's probably that guy or lady. The sites that you check for. Do a Google search for the dealership you're looking for. You can Google any car dealership. And just look at the reviews. Their reviews are more important now than ever. So that's one, is Google review. 2 is a site called DealerRater.com. That is a great site. It is probably the most unbiased, but it's for the car manufacturer. And the 3rd is Yelp. Everybody uses Yelp. Everybody knows what Yelp is. It is a nice service to help people make these decisions. Now, one thing I have noticed about Yelp will have more people that are angry in that moment than people who go home and do a Google review or a DealerRater. Don't discount it, but at the same time, don't make that your only thing. Now, with the reviews, you want to give a salesperson or the dealership, because there's always a busy time. There's always that time where people are having some issues. In our personal life, we get told, leave your personal stuff at the door when you walk in. That's all fine and dandy, but there's sometimes you just can't break that. A parent dying, a divorce, just stuff not going your way, and you're frustrated, you're not sleeping at night. Yes, it's easy to put on that smile, and it's hard to do because sometimes there's a lull in somebody's day, and they start thinking. That's the downside of being a car salesman. There's days where you will sit and think all day, and it'll get you all worked up inside. But that does happen to everybody. What you do as a consumer, look at the last 3 to 6 months of the dealership or the person. They have 1 bad review, 2 bad reviews, okay. But most people, when they do a review, are not putting just stars. Just don't look at the 5 stars. Because somebody could be doing it anonymously just to help out somebody's reviews. You want to look for the people that are actually writing a review and telling a story. I could talk about some of the reviews that I've gotten, but I don't want to bore you with those. You know, Big Rig's great. Big Rig has gone above and beyond the Call of Duty. And there's some that Big Rig was terrible. He didn't meet any of my standards. Well, some people have standards that are here that no matter what you do, you're not satisfied. And we've all met that person. They're not a bad person, but you try to do the best you can. You know? But read the reviews. You have to shop for a dealership. Not so much for the manufacturer, but for the dealership. If you know you're looking for a Chevy, you're going to look up all the local Chevy dealerships. Why do you want to go to that particular Chevy dealership? Well, you look at all the reviews and they're all good. Okay, great. You know, sometimes they will get rid of the bad ones. But at least you have done your homework to see the good ones. Always make sure when you're reading a review that it's factual. And what I mean by factual is, you know, you see the person and they're really talking the same thing. If you see people using the same words and the same reviews time after time after time, it could be just a template somebody has made up. You see a bunch of different wording, a bunch of different people. Oh, good. But don't look for the same template. You know, a lot of people are going to fall into that trap of, I got to do the same thing. I got to do the same thing. No. I tell my customers, I want you to write a story. You don't have to give me 5 stars. If I don't deserve 5 stars, I deserve 4 stars. Fine, give me 4 stars. But give me a story. Give a story as to why. And most people say, you know what? I will. And they have given stories. And not just a one line. They've given paragraphs. And that's helped me. That's also helped the dealership. Because people look at my personal review, they look at the dealership. You know? They will say, Big Rig was a pleasure to work with. The sales manager and the finance manager made it so easy. I was in and out in an hour. You know? Big Rig made sure that I had everything I needed. I didn't have any questions. Big Rig was concerned about my children and wanted to get me in and out as quickly as possible. Stuff like that. That's stuff that's not generic. That's stuff that is personal. And that's where I try to differ myself from other people. It's not easy, but you gotta differ yourself. And that's where you gotta sift through your reviews. Your reviews are the most important thing. This guy in Utah, if people had read his reviews, he most likely would have not been selling those cars to his people, and might not have ever gotten caught. Some of the stuff that this guy was also told to be doing was pouring oatmeal or sawdust in the transmission so that it acted good. The guy was a total scumbag. One review will show that. 2 reviews, that's a pattern. 3, stay away from that guy. You get a lot of bad reviews. Now, service departments are notorious for getting bad reviews because people think that dealerships' service department is just out to make money. They are, but how do they treat their people? We try to treat everybody the same way. Again, expectations sometimes are here. We can't meet their expectations. There's only so much that we can do. The manufacturer says, this is what you have to do. We have to follow those steps. People might not like that, but there are steps that we have to follow because that's the training of the manufacturer. The manufacturer teaches the techs how to work on cars. Now, there are some techs that have gone from Chevy to Ford to Dodge and back and all over the place, so they have a well-roundedness. However, Ford tech is going to be differently trained than a Chevy tech. And they're going to go through things bit by bit and do it the right way. Do it the way that they were told. And they know that it's an issue with warranty. Warranty says you have to do it this way. And that's the way it is. Does it fix it all the time? 90% of the time. There's always that 10% time where it could be worse. But it's the manufacturer. Dealership does what they're told. Dealership also tries to make you whole. I had an example of this. I had a customer that was taking delivery of a car, and believe it or not, the windshield wipers didn't work. Something that we don't normally check when we do a test drive. So we get all the paperwork done. Guy goes home. He's loving the car. We're supposed to get a big rainstorm. Goes to put the wiper blades on. Nothing. He calls me on a panic. I said, come on back. Let's get it in here. This was on Saturday, so the service was closed. I said, I'll get it into the shop first thing Monday morning. Guy in there first thing in the morning, and they had to take it apart. We thought it was just going to be a fuse, something real simple. It turned into be a month-and-a-half ordeal because Ford didn't know what was wrong with it. They sent engineers out. They looked at it. They finally fixed it. Now, customer was very agitated. This is a brand new car he just bought. Certain manufacturers, Ford will do this. We'll say, we'll make a payment. We'll make 2 payments since you haven't had your car. That is the dealership making sure you're taken care of. Now, you still have to make those payments. Ford reimburse you. So they're not totally free, but Ford will reimburse you those payments. This guy turned out to be a very good customer because we took care of. We took that step to make sure he was taken care of. I get a consumer for life now because we took care of it as quickly as possible and had constant contact. Contact above and beyond and expectations. That's sort of 3 things. Now, I've probably gone a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a rant. I apologize. But this is what I'm trying to get at. Do your homework before you go to a dealership. Read the reviews. Something doesn't feel right in your gut, walk away. You don't have to go to them. Go to a place that you feel comfortable. Ask people. Hey, I see you got a Nissan. Where'd you get it from? Oh, I went down to a Bob Smith in Long Branch. All right, who'd you deal with? I dealt with John. John for the last name? Yeah, John Smith. Okay. So now you go online, you Google the dealership, you Google him. Now you know what you're getting into. You don't have to get paired up with somebody you don't know. Those are the things that I can impart on you. If you have a question, you have a comment, please leave it in the comment section. I will get back to you. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you have a question about it, in the comments section. I'm trying to make this a hobby, but also I'm trying to help out people. Alright? Any questions? Please, leave it in the comments. I'll gladly get back to you. This is Big Rig 150 signing off. Have a great day, guys.